Hello students, today I will start remaining exercise of chapter number 3, that is exercise number 3.3 and 3.4. Let's start with the question number 1. The question number 1 is give a parallelogram ABCD, complete each statement along with the definition or property used. Suppose student, as you know that this is a figure of the parallelogram. Here AB and CD are equal to each other because they are the opposite sides. Similarly, BC and AD are equal to each other. In the parallelogram, the opposite sides are equal to each other. Similarly, students, the diagonals are also equal, like AC is equal to BD. Now, students, moving on the angles. The opposite angles are equal to each other, like angle A is equal to angle C. Similarly, angle B is equal to angle D. And the sum of the adjacent angles are supplementary. That means the sum of the adjacent angles are 180 degree. Like angle A plus angle B is equal to 180 degree. Similarly, angle B plus angle C is equal to 180 degree. Similarly, angle C plus angle D is equal to 180 degree. And angle D plus angle A is equal to 180 degree. This is the property of the parallelogram. Let's begin with the question number 1. AD, you can see A and D is here and its opposite side will be BC. That means AD is equal to BC because as you know that opposite sides of a parallelogram are equal. The next one is angle DCB. DCB, that means C is the angle, and which one is the opposite of angle C? Angle A. That means angle DCB is equal to angle DAB. Why? Because in the parallelogram opposite sides are equal and also opposite angles are equal to each other. The next one is OC. OC, you can see this is the half diagonal of AC. So OC will be equal to OA. That means OC is equal to OA because diagonals of a parallelogram bisect each other. The next one is angle DAB plus angle CDA. DAB plus angle CDB. That means you can see they are the adjacent angles, and as you know that the sum of the adjacent angle is 180 degree. So its sum will be 180 degree. This is the question number 1. Now student, let's see the question number 2. Consider the following parallelograms. Find the values of the unknown x, y, z in these figures. The first part is x, y and z is unknown, and you can see angle B's value is given 100 degree. Similarly, in the second part, x, y, z are unknown angles and 50 degree is given in the figure. Let's see the solution of these questions. As you know that in this figure, the sum of the adjacent angle is 180 degree. As I told you earlier, that means x plus 100 degree is equal to 180 degree. Because in the parallelogram, the sum of the adjacent angle is 180 degree. So from here, we can find out the value of x. It will be 80 degree. And if x value is 80 degree, similarly z value will be also 80 degree because they are opposite angles to each other. Similarly, what will be the value of the y? Y will be also 100 degree because they are opposite angles. So this is the solution of the first part. Now let's see the second part answer. As we know that the sum of the adjacent angle is 180 degree, that means x plus 50 degree is equal to 180 degree. So from here we can find out the value of x. The x will be 130 degree, and if the value of x is 130 degree, similarly y's value is also 130 degree. Why? Because they are the opposite angle, and this will be the angle of 50 degree, and when we find out the value of z, it will be 180 minus 50 degree, that means 130 degree. I hope now you are able to complete rest part of the question number 2. Now student, let's see the question number 3. Can a quadrilateral ABCD be a parallelogram if first part is angle D plus angle B is equal to 180 degree? Students, here you can see angle B is here and angle D is here, and they are opposite angles. So as we know that the opposite angles are equal to each other in a parallelogram, but the equation is given here, angle D plus angle B is equal to 180 degree. So here it is not necessary that we have to apply this equation in this parallelogram. So let's see the second part. The second part is AB is equal to DC is equal to 8 centimeter. You can see this figure is given, and in the parallelogram, as we know that the opposite sides are equal to each other, like AB is equal to CD, but here you can see AD is equal to not BC, because AD's value is given here 4 centimeter and BC's value is here given 4.4 centimeter. That means they are not equal to each other. So its answer is also no. Let's see the last part. The last part is angle A is equal to 70 degree and angle C is equal to 65 degree. And student, as we know that the opposite angles are equal to each other in a parallelogram. So angle A's value is given 70 degree and angle C's value is given 65 degree. So they are not equal to each other. So its answer will be no. Now let's see the question number 4. Student, in this question we have to draw a rough figure of a quadrilateral that is not a parallelogram but has two equal opposite angles of equal measures. Like you can see we have to draw this figure, and you can see opposite angles are equal but opposite sides are not equal. Like AB is not equal to DC and AD is not equal to BC. That means this will be the figure of the kite. The question number 5 is the measure of two adjacent angles of a parallelogram are in the ratio 3:2. Find the measure of each of the following angles of a parallelogram. Suppose we draw the parallelogram figure, and here we let the two adjacent angles which are given in the question 3:2. That means the first angle will be 3x and the second angle will be 2x, as you can see here in this figure. And student, you can see these are the adjacent angles. So as we know that the property of the parallelogram, the sum of the adjacent angle is 180 degree. So 3 plus 2x is equal to 180 degree. That means 5x is equal to 180 degree. So from here we can find out the value of x, that is 36 degree. So what will be the first angle? It will be 3x. That means 3 multiply 36 degree. It will be 108 degree. And what will be the another angle? It will be 2x. That means 2 multiply 36 degree. That means 72 degree. Let's see the question number 6. Two adjacent angles of a parallelogram have equal measure. Find the measure of the angles of the parallelogram. Student, the question clearly told you that two adjacent angles of a parallelogram have equal measures. That means let each adjacent angle will be x. So as we know that the sum of the adjacent angle is 180 degree. So what will be the equation? X plus x is equal to 180 degree. That means 2x is equal to 180 degree. So from here x will be 180 upon 2, that means 90 degree. So the each angle of a parallelogram will be 90 degree. Let's see the next question. The question number 7 is the adjacent figure HOPW is a parallelogram. You can see this is the parallelogram's figure. In this figure we have to find out the value of x, y, z by using the property of the parallelogram. In this question, as we know that students, you can see here O's value is 70 degree, but it is an exterior angle. If we find out the value of interior angle of O, we have to use the linear pair property. That means 180 minus 70 degree, it will be angle HOP. That means O's value will be 110 degree. When we subtract 180 minus 70 degree, its value will be 110 degree. So student, here the angle will be 110 degree. And what will be the value of angle E? That means x, because they are opposite angle. So x value will be 110 degree by using the property of opposite angles of a parallelogram. Similarly students, as we know that you can see 40 degrees here and y value is here. We have to use here y will be 40 degree by alternate angles. By alternate angles, you can see here angle PHE is equal to angle HPO, that means y's value will be 40 degree by using the alternate angles property. Similarly students, what will be the value of O? O here 70 degree. Then what value of Z? Z will be 40 plus Z is equal to 170 degree by using the corresponding angles property. That means this angle is equal to this angle. This angle's value will be Z plus 40 degree and this angle value will be 70 degree. That means what will be the value of Z? Z value will be 30 degree. Question number 8 is the following figures guns and runs are parallelogram. That means this figure and this figure both are parallelograms figure, and in these figures we have to find out the value of x and y which are given in the lengths. Let's see the first figure. You can see GS value is 3x and NU value is 18. As we know that the property of the parallelogram, opposite sides are equal to each other. That means 3x is equal to 18. You can see here, from here we are able to find out the value of x. That means 18 upon 3, that is 6 centimeter. So the value of x will be 6 centimeter. Similarly students, as we know that GU is equal to SN by using the property of a parallelogram, because opposite sides are equal to each other. That means what will be the equation? 3y minus 1 is equal to 26. That means when we transfer 1 into RHS, its value will be 3y is equal to 26 plus 1, that means 3y is equal to 27, and from here we are able to find out the value of y. It will be 27 upon 3, that means 9 centimeter. I hope the first part is clear now. Let's see the second part. In this question you can see diagonals are given. The first diagonal is Rn, that means here to here value is 16 and here to here value is x plus y. Similarly SU diagonal is given. From here to here value is 20 and from here to here value is y plus 7 is given. So firstly, from SU diagonal y plus 7 is equal to 20. That means y will be 20 minus 7, that is 13 centimeter. Similarly, when we find out the value of y, we are able to find out the value of Rn. That means x plus y is equal to 16. From here we have to put the value of y from the equation number 1, that is 13. That means x plus 13 is equal to 16. So x value will be 16 minus 13, that is 3 centimeter. Let's see the question number 9. In this figure, two parallelograms are given. The first one is RISK, second one is CLUE. And in this figure, we have to find out the value of x. Let's see the first parallelogram, that is RISK. You can see K's value is given, that is 120 degree. That means what will be the value of I? I value will be also 120 degree, because in the parallelogram property, opposite angles are equal to each other. That means angle RIS will be 120 degree. Similarly students, you can see here we can find out the value of R by using the adjacent angles property, because the sum of the adjacent angle will be 180 degree. So angle R plus 120 degree is equal to 180 degree. So from here we are able to find out the value of R. It will be 60 degree. So angle R and angle S will be same. That means 60 degree here. It will be also 60 degree. That means angle S value will be 60 degree students. Let's see the figure CLUE. You can see L's value is given 70 degree. So what will be the angle E? It will be also 70 degree, because by using the opposite angles property in a parallelogram. So they are equal to each other. That means angle E value will be 70 degree. So students, you can see this will be the triangle, and as we know that the sum of the triangle will be 180 degree. That means angle E plus angle S plus X equal to 180 degree. Angle E's value will be 70 degree. You can see here angle S value will be 60 degree, you can see here, and from here we are able to find out the value of X. That means 60 plus 70 degree plus X is equal to 180 degree. That means 130 degree plus X is equal to 180 degree. That means X value will be 50 degree. So the value of X will be 50 degree. Let's see the next question. In this question we have to explain how this figure is a trapezium which its टू साइड्स आर पैरेलल. हमको बतानी है कि कौन सी टू साइड्स इसकी पैरेलल हैं एंड हाउ इज इट पॉसिबल दैट दिस इज अ ट्रेपेजियम. in this question student you can see angle M plus angle L, that means 100 degree plus 80 degree, it will be 180 degree because the sum of interior opposite angle is 180 degree. So we can say that NM and KL are parallel to each other. NM, this one and this one, they are parallel to each other. So KLMN will be a trapezium. Let's see the next question, that is question number 11. In this figure we have to find out the angle C in this figure if AB and DC will be parallel. Because AB and DC is parallel to each other, so we have to use the angle sum property of a trapezium here. That means angle B plus angle C will be 180 degree because angle B's value is given here. So we are able to find out the value of angle C easily. Like angle B plus angle C is equal to 180. That means 120 plus angle C is equal to 180 degree. That means what will be the value of angle C? It will be 180 degree minus 120 degree. That means 60 degree. Let's see the last question of this exercise. In this question we have to find out the value of angle P and angle S. If SP, this one, and RQ is parallel to each other, is when you can see SP and RQ, they are parallel to each other. So we have to use the co-interior angles property. That means angle P plus angle Q will be 180 degree. You can see here, and because angle Q's value is given here, so we are easily find out the value of angle P. That means angle P plus 130 degree is equal to 180 degree. That means angle P is equal to 50 degree. So its value will be 50 degree, and you can see angle R is also given, that is 90 degree. Angle Q's value is also given 130 degree. So from this figure we are easily find out the value of angle S by using the angle sum property of a quadrilateral. In a quadrilateral, angle sum property will be all angle sum is 360 degree. So angle S we have to find out. Angle P's value is 50 degree, angle Q's value is 130 degree, and angle R value is 90 degree. So when we find out the value of angle P, its value will be 50 degree. Now I hope you are able to complete the exercise number 3.3 easily. Now student, let's see the exercise number 3.4. In this question only you have to state whether they are true or false. Let's see the A part. All rectangles are square. As you know that students, in the rectangle opposite sides are equal to each other, and in the square all sides are equal. So it will be the false because in the square all sides are equal. Let's see the B part. All rhombuses are parallelogram. It will be true. Why? Because in rhombus opposite angles are equal and diagonals intersect at midpoint. Let's see the third part. All squares are rhombuses and also rectangles. It will be also true. Why? Because Squares have the same property of rhombus but not a rectangle. Let's see the D part. All squares are not parallelograms. It will be false because all squares have the same property of the parallelogram. So I hope you are able to complete the rest part of question number 1. Let's see the next question. That is question number 2. Identify all the quadrilaterals that have 4 sides of equal length. Its answer will be 4 sides of equal length, and it will be also a quadrilateral, so its figure will be rhombus and square, because in the rhombus and in the square all 4 sides are in equal length. Let's see the next question. 4 right angles, so only squares and rectangles, only these two figures, they have 4 right angles. So option number A will be rhombus and square, and option number B will be squares and rectangles. Let's see the next question. In this question we have to explain how a square is a quadrilateral, parallelogram, rhombus and rectangle. So, a square is a quadrilateral if it has 4 unequal lengths of side. That means square quadrilateral तब होगा जब इसकी 4 unequal length sides की हो जाएंगी. That means चारों क्या हो जाएंगी? Unequal. Similarly, a square is a parallelogram since it contains both pair of opposite sides are equal, because as you know that in the parallelogram opposite sides are equal to each other. So in the third part, a square is already a rhombus because in square and in rhombus all sides are equal, since it has 4 equal sides and diagonal bisect at 90 degree to each other. And the last one is a rectangle. A square is a parallelogram since having each adjacent angle a right angle and opposite sides are equal. Let's see the question number 4. Name the quadrilateral whose diagonals are bisect each other, are perpendicular bisect of each other and are equal. So let's see the first part. If diagonals of a quadrilateral bisect each other, then it will be a rhombus, parallelogram, rectangle, or it will be a square. In the second part, if diagonals of a quadrilateral are perpendicular bisect to each other, so it will be a square or a rhombus. And if diagonals are equal, then it will be a square or a rectangle. Let's see the next question. Explain why a rectangle is a convex quadrilateral. So, students, the answer of this question will be a rectangle is a convex quadrilateral if its vertex are raised and both of its diagonals lie in its interior. For these types of question like exercise number 3.4, students, firstly you have to prepare each and every definitions of each and every figures, and also you have to prepare its property. Then these questions are very easy for you because these questions are based on the definition and property of the figures. Let's see the question number 6. This figure is given in this question. ABC a right angle triangle and O is the midpoint of the side opposite to the right angle. Explain why O is the equidistance from A, B and C. Why O is a equidistance from OB, OA and OC. Let's see. Since two right angles make a rectangle where O is the equidistance from A, B and C and D, because O is the midpoint of the two diagonals of a rectangle. You can see these are two diagonals of a rectangle. First one is AC and the second one is BD, and their midpoint is O. So we can say that AC and BD are equal diagonals and intersect at midpoint, that is O. So O will be the equidistance from A, B, C and D. Hence proved, students.